Hello, today I'm going to show you how to make this gorgeous owl, and it comes as a kit on my Etsy shop. This is what you can turn it into, an owl bunting. So there's the pattern. If you buy the kit, you get a branded tote bag, you get all the yarn that you need, and you get all the eyes, a darning needle and a crochet hook. So I'm just going to pop those out of the way for now, and we can start to make friend for this owl. So you will get a 4mm hook, and I'm going to do one in orange and this gorgeous turquoise. So the way we start is you need to do 4 chain. So we'll make our slip knot and 4 chain, and then you're going to slip stitch into your first chain to form a circle. Try not to do this too tight. Okay, so we've got a small circle now. That's going to be the inner of the owl's tummy. So your first round is 1 chain, and then into this circle you're going to work 8 double crochet. I'm working in UK terms. A double crochet in American is called a single crochet. So you 8 double crochet into your circle. That's 5 for me. And 8, and then we're going to join to the first double crochet that you made with a slip stitch. Okay, so that is the inner circle of the owl. So the second round you're going to continue in this colour, whichever chosen colour you've made, and you're going to do 3 chain, which counts as a treble. Again, I'm working in UK terms, so treble in American is called a double crochet, and into that same stitch straight down you're going to work 1 treble. So we're going in there and around this round you need to end up with 16 stitches. So we're going to do 2 trebles into each stitch now, all the way around. So 2 trebles into each stitch, so you end up with 16. And we're just increasing, very simple increase, which should keep your work flat. Crochet cotton does have a tendency to split, so just bear with that, but it does give a gorgeous finish. I'll just put him there, or her, or it. Let's not go down that road. Okay, so you should be getting round to the other side of the round. And have a quick count of your stitches. Okay, so you can see I've pulled a strand there, but I can cut that off. If you want to go back and make yours perfect, if you've pulled anything, you can do. So that's my second round finished, and then you're going to fasten off with this colour and take your second colour. I'm going to use this lovely turquoise, and I'm going to do my slip knot and join in the same place where we finished off. So pull that tight. Now the third round, so you've joined your contrast colour, and we're going to do 3 chain. And 1 treble into the same stitch straight down, and then same thing again, we're going to do 2 trebles into each stitch to the end. So I'll do the first few with you, and then I'm going to pause my video and you can join me when we've all caught up. So 2 trebles or double crochets if you're in America into each stitch round. Okay, I'm going to pause my video and finish off my round, and I'll catch you up when we've finished this round. Okay, so I've done my contrast round and I'm just slip stitching into the 3rd chain there. So now we're going to work the ears. The way you do this is you're going to keep with the same colour, 1 chain, 1 double crochet into each of the next 10 stitches. So remember, double crochet straight in, single crochet if you're doing it in American. So 10 of these. Okay, that's your first row. Now you need to now turn your work, so you're working the back of your owl, and the second row here is 1 chain and 1 double crochet into each of the next 9 stitches. So this is my 9th one. Okay, and then we turn again. So we're back working on the front. I love this colour combination. And we're going to make the actual ears now. So we're going to do 3 chains up and 2 trebles into the next stitch. So not this one, this one. So 2 trebles into there. And then, so that's one cute little ear. And then we're going to do a slip stitch into the next 6 stitches. So we're not actually making any height. That's 5 and 6. And then you are going to do 2 trebles into this next stitch and 1 treble into the last stitch. So 2 trebles into here. This makes the other ear. 2 trebles into there, and then 1 treble into the end, which might be a bit fiddly because it's a kind of a chain thing. I'm gonna have to really, I found a gap. There we go. So it's very, very tight. And there we go. And now you need to, you've got your basic shape of your owl. Fasten off. There he is. So what we need to do now is the beak and then the eyes. So grab your yellow and we'll do the beak next. So I've got my yellow on my hook. We're going to make 4 chain. So 4 fairly loose chains. And then into the second chain from your hook, work 1 slip stitch. So this is going to be the pointy bit of your beak. See how tight this all is. It's keeping those strands in the right place. So 1 slip stitch, and then we are going to do a double crochet into the next stitch. Single crochet if you're working in US terms, and then into that, so that's a tiny bit taller. I'm not 100% happy with this bit. Obviously I would do that again if I wasn't on video. And then into the last chain you need to work a treble. And that is basically your beak, which as you can see looks like that. So sorry about my voice. Chop that off, leave enough end to sew that on, and then we're going to do the eyes. So there's going to be the beak. So I am literally using my scrap ends up for this. So you are going to make 2 eyes for the owl. Pop your slip knot on. I love doing these eyes. So all you need to do is make 2 chain. Keep them fairly loose, not too tight. And into the second chain of the hook, work 9 half trebles. So into this gap here, 9 half trebles. So I put yarn over around and then through all 3 on your hook, So again, it's amazing how flexible this yarn is. That's 2. You're going to do 9 of these. And eventually it will take a life on of its own, and it will turn. It will just turn itself, and it'll turn into a circle. So that you've got 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. And 9. Okay, and then join with a slip stitch. So that's one eye. Obviously we have another one to make. Okay, so that will go here. Now I'm going to pause the video again so we can go away and make our respective second eyes, and I'll join you back here and show you how to sew it all together. So I've gone ahead and sewn in some of the loose ends and sewn on one of the eyes. So the placement of the eyes needs to be kind of down from the inner ear out here, and you'll be able to see that one's not quite where I want it, and just sew it on like you would any kind of little applique. You're not going to see this. And then we're going to put a black plastic safety eye in there. I'll just do it a couple of times. And then the beak, I'll just sew that through on the back so it's fully secure. So the beak goes in between the eye area, and same thing again. So sew in all your ends, and then we'll have a go at fitting the eyes. On this one I just used some black crochet cotton, but I'm going to try and do the plastic ones so you can see when you get the kit how to do them. So there's its cute little nose, beak, pecker, chosen the stiffest part to go through. It's not going to go through. Let's try again. More haste, less speed. Right, beaks on. Let's go through the back. Okay, snip that off. So these, still not happy with the end of that beak, but here we are. The eyes, so you'll get 2 of these pupils, if you like, and then 2 little bits to go on the back. So let's just do one eye. So poke that through. And again, this is going to be a matter of finding a gap that will take it to go through to the back. There we go. What a difference that makes. And then just pop your secure, press it down as hard as you can. This beak is going to have to be adjusted, but you get the idea. So pop your other safety eye in, and my other owl's got a friend. Push that through, find a gap for it to go through on the back, and that goes on the back. Push that's what the back looks like. And that is something like your owl should look like. So you've got enough yarn in the kit to make 6, and you've got enough yarn to make the string, which turns out to be quite long. These are on sale on my website and on Etsy, in my Etsy shop. So there's a link to everything in the description, and please subscribe. I am going to do all my crochet kits in the next few months. Thank you so much for watching. Give me a like if you liked. Thank you very much. Bye.